Alright boys, we're doing an install today, and it's going to be a fun one. And guess what it's on? A Saturn, of course, because you know, Saturns are awesome. Don't quote me on it. Comment down below what you think about Saturns, because they're badass as f***. Alright Dad, what are you working on right now?
I'm trying to make that hole straighter. See how it goes at an angle?
Yep.
I'm gonna bore it out a little bit, and then I'm going to put the adjustment rod through there. I took the end off of it, so I don't have to make a big old hole. I could just make a small hole that's approximately the same size, and then go right in there, and then I'll put the assembly back on. Use red Loctite to keep it from coming loose.
Awesome. Okay, cool. We're putting on BC Racing coilovers on the Ion, because the struts that we had were trash. Because these the ones that we had before are completely blown and just absolutely trash. My dad already did the front, so we're gonna do some video on the rear. Look at that beautiful car. And shout out to QuickJack. They bought them. They didn't sponsor us, but look at this awesome product. So simple. If you have the money to do it, do it. It's so nice, so quick to set up, and it makes life a hell of a lot easier, even for just a basic oil change, especially if you're in a small spot.
Come here.
Alrighty.
So see how this is through here now? So I'm just gonna put this back on here and tighten that up. But I'm gonna pull it out and put some Loctite on it so that it doesn't come loose.
The difference between normal coilover suspension and something that the Ion has is that it's a dampener and the spring, they're separate. So you have the spring right in that area, where this kind of nipple-like thing looks, right here, and then you still have a dampener in this area. But the nice thing about the BC coils is that they are adjustable on the spring and the dampener. So you have more adjustability. Hell, well that just came off. We have more adjustability when it comes to the suspension and how it feels. Oh, this is the back is gonna be so low.
I'm gonna use.
Are you gonna use both?
Yeah, because I don't want them to clunk.
It might be a better option anyways. That's probably what they meant for you to do. So to get some perspective on, ow, my finger, the significant difference between the two, this is how much, that's just in the spring alone. So that's the height in the spring. Now granted, that's just the spring and the top hat and the bottom hat, but this one has an adjuster on it, so it actually goes a little bit taller, but still. The height difference in the springs just alone is crazy. So the rear is definitely gonna drop.
I don't know if we'll see. I don't know how much it's gonna drop though.
It's not gonna drop too much, because like I was saying, is you have the adjustable part, and then you're gonna put the top hat on, so it'll drop. It's not gonna be like as crazy as this looks, because you're not gonna do straight spring, because we're not that insane. We're not trying to go Stancy boy on a performance car. I'm calling out everyone who has stance cars on really nice cars. Or stance wheels on a really nice car that shouldn't.
Should have like not even stopped the camera to see how stupid fast this was
Oh, I didn't.
to do.
I didn't stop recording. It's been recording since I started.
Oh.
So I didn't stop it at all.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, this is
now
little.
if I put the wheels on, we're done.
Yeah. What is that ring for?
It's an alignment ring because the inside hub diameter of the wheel is different than this, and so that allows the wheel to line up eccentrically.
Just to give some perspective on what we were rocking before, literally some basic ass dampeners and lowering springs. That's all the previous person did. So it's like this cheap setup. There's probably struts that were from the factory, replaced like ones, and then like some cheap racing springs. So if you don't have the money, just save up. That's what I usually recommend. Just save up for the parts you want, because at the end of the day, you don't want to damage your car more than it already is. Unless you absolutely have to replace your suspension with OEM stuff, make sure to know what's perfect for OEM, because it will mess up your car if you don't do it properly. Isn't that right, Dad?
No, I'm not going to agree with anything you said that I didn't hear.
I was saying don't cheap out on parts, just save up for the right ones.
Yeah.
And if you have to replace it, just get OEM for the time being.
Unless you know specifically that an aftermarket part is better. I have aftermarket front axles on this because they're better than the other.
But we're around the same price.
Yeah. They're Moog. They're thicker. They're for like a 2010 Cobalt SS with the turbo.
But yes, this was used as a car for me to drive for the time being until my Saturn was rebuilt, and then once my motor on my Saturn was rebuilt, I gave this back to my dad. My dad now dailies this because he has what you can see over there, the Sky, which he's giving rest until we can either swap into an LS, right, Dad?
No.
Swap an LS or rebuild the motor.